Guys, you're welcome back. This is Cecil Sapare, and I want to use this medium to say a very big thank you to you all for your support, your comments, your likes, and your thumbnails. I really appreciate you all. On today's edition, I'm going to teach you guys how to cut a 6-piece skirt. It's a step-by-step method. Just take your time, relax your mind, and try to follow it up. And I bet you it's gonna be an easy one. You are going to understand it very well. It is easy. Just take your time, calm your nerves, then you follow up. Thank you, everyone, once again. So what you need to do now is fold your fabric depending on how wide you want the center front to be. That is what will determine what you are going to fold. You are just going to cut them step by step. So now I want to cut out the center front, so I folded the fabric like 14 inches, but that is 28 inches if you open it. So these two lines you are seeing is the hip line and the knee line. So from my waist I measured 9 inches downward. That is for the hip line, which is always constant, either 8 or 9 inches, but mostly 9 inches. Then I make my knee line, I make it 18 inches. That is where the flay is going to start from. So after that, on the waistline you're going to measure 4.5 inches. You use your nipple to nipple measurement to determine that. Then on the nail line you're going to measure 3. That is, you're going to minus half inch from what you get from your waistline. So you connect them together. It's going to give you a little slanting. Then you open it up to that 14 inches. The down part I'm using 14 inches so that it will be very full, cutting a full 6-piece skirt. So after that you're going to cut out. This is what you're going to have. So after when you might have gotten the center front, you are going to fold. You take it over and you fold the remaining fabric again. So in order not to waste the material, we just fold step by step. So after folding like this, the next thing you are going to do now is place the center front on the remaining fabric. And in this case I'm leaving like 7 inches behind. I want it to have little tail, and the length of the skirt is 45, so I'm using the O Ankara print length. So after placing it like this, you're going to leave 7 inches behind. If you have enough fabric, you can make it either 9 or 10 inches depending on how long you want the tail to be. So after we might have done that, I'm going to roll that line again. That is to show us where the hip line lies, and even the knee line too. That is the hip line and that is the knee line, so that it will enable know where to mark on the zip side. So on this knee line now I'm going to mark 2 inches, then on the hip line 2.5 inches, on the waistline 2 inches. So I believe by now you should know the reason why I added that half inch on the hip line, just to create space for the butt. So you are going to mark it out, then you open this one up to the last edge of the fabric. That is going to serve as the little tail on the skirt. So after that you're just going to trace it out, you cut it out, and you follow the same shape of this front part, this center front part. You are going to cut out the same shape. So when you cut up to this knee level, then on your hip line you are going to add additional half inch on the back, on the 2 center back, because this back we are cutting now is the 2 center back. So you are going to add additional half. It's still going to serve the same purpose as that 2.5 inches. Is to create space for the butt so that the butt will be able to lap well will fit in very well. So just half inch to give you that little curve over there. So this is what you are going to have after cutting off the both side. So now we are done with the center front and the two center back. So after we might have done that, you are going to fold the fabric again. You iron it very well. Then you are going to place the center front. You are going to place the center front on it, making sure that this down part is up to like 25-26 inches, depending on how big your fabric is. In this case now I'm using 23 inches for the down part. So what you are going to fold in the next fabric, make sure it's up to 23 inches. So after placing the front bodies like this, I'm going to rule all these lines again to indicate the hip line and the knee lines. So this other side, you are going to trim out like this, the same shape. So after we might have trimmed out this way, you are going to take the center front, you turn it, making sure it's facing exactly where you trim out. Just make it lap on it a little bit. So now you are going to take your hip measurement divided by 4 plus the 2 inches allowance. You are going to do the same thing on the waistline, and you are going to do the same thing on the knee line. Mind you, to get your knee measurement, round knee measurement, you are going to minus 6 inches from your hip measurement. So anything you got there, you divide it by 4, then plus the 2 inches, so in allowance, minus 6 inches from your hip measurement. That is the standard one. Some people might want it more fitted, so you can increase it to like 8 inches. So after you might have done that, you just open it up to the last edge of the fabric. So after when you might have cut it out that way, then you're through with the two side front and the center front. So now you are going to place this side front. You're going to fold the remaining fabric again. You are going to place the two side front on the remaining fabric, cutting out the same shape. Not the same shape exactly. You're still going to add that half inch that you added on the back two piece. You're going to add it on the hip line too, on this other, because this is going to be the two side back. So you're going to place the side front, two side front on it, then you trim out. You're going to add additional half inch extension just for the butt space. So from this other side, you are going to trim out the same shape. Then coming to this edge, you're going to add additional half inch. So this is how you do that. I believe you can see very clearly what I'm doing. The material is material has so many colors, so just bear with me. So you're just going to add a half inch, then you cut it off. So that is going to be the two side back. So after joining, definitely you're not going to, it's not going to be straight. So you are going to have a little bumps there after joining the two center piece of the back and the two side back. It's not going to be flat. This is the front. The first two is the front and the last two is the back. So you are going to join the two side front with the four center front that I cut out. Then the two center back piece, you're going to join it with the two side backs. I'll show you how you do that now. So after joining, this is what you're going to have. That is the front bodies and the back bodies. As you can see, the two back bodies separated. That is, the center joining is going to serve as the zip allowance where you're going to attach the zip. So if you look at this back joining and you see little bumps at the back, that is going to serve as the space for the butt. So this is the center front and the side front. This is the front bodies. So all you need to do now is take your measurement and you join the both side and the back bodies. So after, when you might have done that, this is what you're going to have. After joining the front bodies with the two back piece, that is what you're going to have. So now you're going to cut your lining. If you like, you can cut the lining the same shape, but me, I'm cutting my own lining in an A-shape form. So I'm just going to throw it inside. So the lining, I'm cutting it in A-shape form. After cutting it in A-shape form, you're going to join the two sides, so then you turn the skirt with it. As you can see, this is what you're going to have. It's going to come out like this. So now I'm going to take the waist measurement, the hip measurement, and the knee measurement. Like I said in my previous video, I said it's always advisable when you take your final measurement at the back part, so that you will be able to achieve the butt shape. So after marking out the measurement, this is what it's going to look like. As you can see, it's already giving the butt shape already. So you join it. Then after joining, this is what you are going to have. As you can see the back is not flat. It's not as flat at the front. It's not as flat as the front. So that is how it's going to look like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you fix the band. So I'm going to cut 4 inches wide. Then the length of you're going to use the waist measurement. That is the length. That is the length you're going to cut out on the band, adding maybe like 2 or 3 inches extension. You fold it to like this, then you fold again. It's going to be 1.5 inch wide band. The width of the band is going to be 1.5 inch. So you iron it, you gum paper stay on it, then you iron it all through like this. Trim it out, and leaving like maybe 1/4 inch for the joining. So after that, you are going to open up the zip side like 9 inches downward. So now I'm going to place a band from the inside, then also like 1/2 inch, also like 1/2 inch all through. As you can see. So after when you might have done that, so the next thing you're going to do is turn the band the other way around. You're going to turn it up like this, then you tack it down. You're going to do the same thing on the both side. You trim off the excess, you turn it up on both sides. So after when you might have done that, you need an elastic rubber like 7 inches long. Then you need two pieces of it. So on this first joining at the back, you are going to tack it down from there. So after tacking down, you are going to skip the first side joining. You are going to skip, then you tag at the first center front joining. So after that, you are going to tag the second one at the second center joining. Then you skip the other side joining again. Then you tag the remaining one to the last joining. If you look at it very clearly, I believe you are going to see what I'm saying. So after when you might have done that, the next thing you are going to do is you are going to sew on the band all through, making sure you are not going to sew on the elastic rubber. You don't have to rush, just take your time and do it gently. So you're going to sew all through, making sure you're not matching on that elastic rubber. So after when you might have stitched all through, then on the elastic part, if you like, you can leave it like that. Then if you like, you can just sew on it, just only on the elastic part. You are going to stretch the elastic, then you sew on it, starting from where you tag the elastic to the end part. Then you do that on the both side. Then after doing that, you are good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is tag to fix the zip. Next thing you're going to do is just fix up the zip. You can remove your machine footer and put zip footer there. And if you know you can do this clearly without changing the footer, you can also leave it. So after fixing up the zip, you're just going to tag it down and you are done. As you can see, very neat and beautiful. Just like I told you earlier, it's going to be an easy one. If you have any question, please don't forget to drop it in the comment box below. Then I'll be glad to give you a reply. I'm going to tag it down on the both side. Then you zip it up to see what you have done. See, very neat and beautiful. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in my next video.